You are not who you used to be. Spirit is being very direct today. Six of Wands and Page of Swords. No softening it, no dressing it up, just the truth. There is a recognition happening right now. Something inside you has already changed and you're starting to notice. The person you were even 3 months ago would not understand the version of you sitting here right now. Okay, so I pulled the Six of Wands first and I had to stop, because this card is not what people think it is. Everyone sees victory and celebration, and sure, that is there. But in this reading, in this moment, it is showing me something else. It is showing me that you have already accomplished something massive on a soul level. Not external, not the kind of thing you can post about or put on a resume. This is internal. You survived something that was supposed to break you. You walked through a fire that burned away pieces of who you thought you were, and you came out the other side holding something new, clarity, strength, a kind of knowing that was not there before. The Six of Wands is Spirit acknowledging that. You are being seen right now, not by people, by the universe, by your guides, by whatever force has been walking next to you this whole time. And there is this quiet celebration happening in the energetic field around you. Like the air itself is different. You might not feel it every day. You might wake up some mornings and think nothing has changed, but it has. You are standing on new ground. The Six of Wands is telling you that you have earned your place here. You did the work, you faced what needed facing, and now you are in a completely different energetic position than you were before. But wait, because Spirit is not letting you sit in that for too long. There is a reason the Page of Swords came through right after, and this is where it gets interesting. The Page of Swords is sharp, it is curious, it is honest to the point of being uncomfortable. This is not a card that lets you hide, it is not a card that lets you pretend, and right now in your spiritual growth journey, that is exactly what is needed. You cannot grow into the next version of yourself while still protecting the old stories. You cannot step into your power while holding on to narratives that no longer fit, and the Page of Swords is asking you to get brutally honest with yourself about what you actually want, about what you are still doing out of obligation or fear or because you think you are supposed to, about the ways you are still dimming yourself or playing small or staying quiet when you know better. This card is the part of you that is waking up and asking questions. The part that is no longer satisfied with surface-level answers. You're being called to cut through the noise, to stop accepting things just because that is how they have always been. Your spiritual growth right now is not about adding more practices or learning more systems or collecting more crystals. It is about stripping away everything that is not true, everything that does not actually belong to you. And I am hearing this so clearly. The Page of Swords is your new voice, the one that is starting to speak up inside you, the one that is asking why, the one that is noticing patterns you used to ignore, the one that is no longer willing to betray yourself to keep the peace. This is not rebellion for the sake of it. This is alignment. This is you learning to trust your own inner knowing more than you trust what everyone else has told you. There is a sharpness to this energy and it might feel uncomfortable at first, because when you start telling the truth, when you start seeing clearly, it changes everything. Relationships that felt fine start to feel wrong, paths that seem certain start to feel like dead ends. And that can be disorienting, but Spirit is saying this is exactly what needs to happen. You're being pruned. The things that are falling away are making room for what is actually meant for you. Okay, so when I look at these two cards together, this is what I am seeing. The Six of Wands is confirmation that you have already done the hard part. You have already walked through the initiation. You have already proven that you can handle what life throws at you. And now the Page of Swords is the next chapter. It is the energy of what comes after survival. After you have caught your breath and looked around and realized you are still here. It is the question of what do I do with this new strength? How do I use this clarity? Where do I go from here? Your spiritual growth is entering a phase of discernment, of cutting away, of truth-telling, and that is not easy work. It is actually harder than the survival part in some ways, because survival is instinct, but discernment requires consciousness. It requires you to be awake, to be present, to be willing to see things as they are and not as you wish they were. The Six of Wands says you're ready. The Page of Swords says it is time. And there is this other layer I am getting. The Six of Wands is public in a sense. It is recognition. It is being seen. But the Page of Swords is private. It is the inner work, the solitary thinking, the late-night realizations that no one else will ever fully understand. Your growth right now is happening in both realms. You are being called to step forward and be visible in new ways, to own what you have learned, to share what you have survived, and at the same time you are being called to go inward, to question everything, to sit with the uncomfortable truths, to get clear on what is actually yours to carry. So here's what Spirit is asking of you right now. First, acknowledge how far you have come. Do not skip over that. Do not minimize it. You have grown in ways that are not always visible, but they are real. Sit with that. Let yourself feel it. Write it down if you need to. Make a list of every single thing that is different now compared to 6 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago. Let the evidence show you what the doubt tries to hide. You are not the same. Second, start asking the hard questions. What am I still doing that does not feel right? Where am I performing? Where am I hiding? What truth am I avoiding because I am scared of what it will change? The Page of Swords wants you to get curious, not in a punishing way, not in a shame spiral way, but in an honest, clear-eyed, I am ready to see it way. Write the questions down. You do not have to have the answers yet, just let yourself ask. Third, practice using your voice, the new one, the one that tells the truth. Start small if you need to. Say no to something you would normally say yes to. Speak up in a conversation where you would normally stay silent. Stop pretending to agree when you do not. This is how you build the muscle. This is how the Page of Swords energy becomes integrated. It is not about being harsh or cutting people down. It is about being honest, about honoring what you know, about trusting that your perspective matters. And I want you to sit with these questions for a moment. What would change if I stopped protecting other people from my truth? What part of my old self am I still dragging around because I am afraid to let it go? What does my next level of growth actually require from me right now? Let those sit. Do not rush to answer them. Let them move around inside you. Let them disrupt what needs disrupting. You are standing at a threshold. The Six of Wands is the door you already walked through. The Page of Swords is the one in front of you, and this one requires something different. It requires clarity, honesty, a willingness to see and speak truth even when it is uncomfortable. Your spiritual growth is no longer about enduring. It is about choosing. It is about using the strength you earn to build something new, something true, something that actually fits who you are becoming. You are not who you used to be, and you are not who you are going to be. You are in the space between, and that space is sacred. It is where the real transformation happens, not in the big moments, but in the quiet decisions, the small truths, the daily practice of choosing alignment over comfort. Spirit sees you, your guides see you, and they are saying you are ready for this. You are ready to stop playing small, to stop second-guessing, to stop waiting for permission. The Page of Swords does not wait, it moves, it questions, it cuts through, and that energy is available to you right now. If this resonated, I need you to leave a comment, even just a word, even just an emoji. Let Spirit know you heard this. Let the algorithm know this message needs to reach more people. This is a collective reading. More readings on Lorelai's Tarot. Link is in the bio. Take what connects and let the rest go. I will never contact you privately asking for money or anything else. You came here for an answer. The cards just gave it to you.